Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Rage back here with another video. Today we checking out this moon video. It's called Why Fast Food Has Become So Expensive. I ain't gonna lie, I've been realizing the prices have been going up. But I feel like that's with everything. You know, inflation was crazy during the times of COVID. You know, the Bank of, I don't know, we want to talk about Canada, America, they're all printing bare money, you know, to give out to everyone during those times. And now they're trying to set the high interest rates to cut it down, the inflation. But yeah, I think that's a big reason why the prices have gone up. I mean, I could already see it with the, I know it's not fast food, but you see the IKEA hot dogs, man, they doubled in price. They used to be like 50 cents, now they're $1. I mean, it's still cheap for a hot dog there, but $1, it used to be 50 cents, man. Then even if you look at, I mean, not even if you look at, but you never know what could happen at Costco. I know the CEO or CFO, I don't know, or the owner, one of them, they said they wanted to keep it 150, but one of them left the company, so you never know. Costco hot dogs might be going up soon, fam. I mean, I know they're losing bare money on it, so it's looking like that'll change. As for other fast food restaurants, I'm not sure. I don't know. McDonald's has always been cheap to me. I know, like, the Big Mac's like $8. I still think it's worth it, in my opinion. Maybe. I think it's gone up from $7. I think it used to be $7. Everything else I haven't really noticed. But yeah, let's check this out. Maybe he's gonna explain to us.
You may have noticed that even fast food, the one thing that's supposed to always be affordable, is now unaffordable. The average order for fast food is now roughly $18.
Hey, that's facts though. I mean, a meal, like, I just had a Chick-fil-A meal yesterday. My Chick-fil-A meal wasn't 18, it was $15 though. So I was a little bit on the cheaper side, I guess.
You're up 4.1% since last year. I mean, just
I have seen myself at times going over 15, you know, but it's still like, you know, before you get a meal, it used to be 10 to 15 range. Now it's pushing 15 and up.
Two fishes will run you $17 a month.
Damn.
$17 for 3 fillet of fishes at McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
And it's not just
really?
fast food.
Then how much, bro? A filet of fish would cost like damn near $6. Yeah. Okay.
Even
I don't remember how much it used to cost.
coffee chains like Starbucks are now at a point
just had a
where
filet
you'll
of
go
fish,
in
like,
and end up
3
paying
months ago,
$7 for a single cup of takeaway coffee. And these costs aren't slowing
Well, I don't
down.
drink coffee.
That's why
I never
recently
drink
people
anything
are
at
starting to
Starbucks.
come out
I
saying
want to
they
try it out one day. I'm too lazy.
can't even afford to take their kids to McDonald's anymore as the prices are becoming too insane.
Wow, I was just talking about McDonald's prices not being that hard, but I guess, I don't know.
Shift in America. You see, fast food is famous for being
I don't be eating
recession
fast food like that.
when people have less money and can't afford organic, healthy food. Fast food companies make billions off of this. The best years for all these fast food chains is in years of economic turmoil. When standard of living, inflation, and misery becomes normal, this then prompts a desperate influx of customers to fast food chains as a last resort.
Really?
But now,
during these times, I felt like I ate the least amount of fast food just because I was scared to go outside during the COVID times. I mean, probably during like a regular recession, it would have been a little different, but I know during the COVID recession, but I wasn't really going out like that. But you never know, we might be going to a recession too if you look at the yield curve and stuff like that. Like, I'm not an expert, but I know some things, you know.
fast food is becoming unaffordable for most across America. According to the Consumer Price Index, fast food from 2019 to 2023 was up nearly 28%, more than almost any other category measured in this time period, which is why it's been reported that less and less people are going to fast food restaurants. And the same can be said for almost every chain across America, as these chains are squeezing every last dime out of American communities, while at the same time facing huge drops in consumers. Just recently, 99-cent stores across America have been closing, hundreds and hundreds of dollar stores leaving communities, and chains like even Starbucks began closing stores across the country. But funnily enough, all of these companies have still been able to maintain their revenue. How? What's going on here? And why are fast food chains raising their prices so dramatically? And even more importantly, how are they losing customers and still keeping the same revenue up? Well, trust me when I say
they're just increasing the prices. They have less people. They're just still increasing the prices. They're making up for that.
For you watching this right now, as this is an omen for the future of the American economy. And so, of course, there's a bunch to unpack here. Now, on the
you never know, bro. It looks like North America might be going down, or at least Canada.
It's fast food
might have to move to Europe.
The cost of packaging and buying up the raw ingredients needed is naturally increasing with inflation in the food market as a whole. However, of course, these crazy fast food prices isn't happening across the entire world. It's more of an America-centric thing. And one of the main causes for this is rising minimum wages. As recently it was announced in California alone that all fast food workers would earn a minimum of $20.
20? Bro, I'm thinking about that in Canadian dollars too. That's gotta, bro, if that was Canadian dollars, that'd be like 22, right? Or something like that. Yo, I'm not even getting paid that at my job right now. I'm getting paid way less. Think about it. I'm getting paid like minimum wage out here. So that's like, I know it's getting boosted up to like 18 or 19 or something. But damn, California is making money.
Starting to become the norm for many major cities within the US. And this is out of necessity, as the labor market is starting to turn their back against fast food establishments and chains. So the only way these chains can bring back workers is by incentivizing them financially. Which is why CNBC noted that the labor supply for these chains is still below 2019 levels. Or put more simply, there's more job openings and less applicants. Okay, so rising labor costs and industry costs is the reason.
I can't say the same in Toronto, I'll tell you that.
Reason for why fast food and all the other chains are becoming more expensive, right? Well, not entirely. You see, there's a lot more beneath the surface we need to unpack it.
Bro, that shit right there looks disgusting. I would never eat that.
Standout, recently companies like Wendy's and McDonald's have been pouring millions upon millions into their apps, and more specifically making you spend on their apps to get points, creating this chain and dopamine feedback loop, ensuring you always come back for your free
That's why the McDonald's app is pretty smart. I still haven't downloaded, but I think it's basically a benefit to both, as long as you don't get addicted to it, right? Because, I mean, the more you use it, the more McDonald's points you get more free meals or discounts, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I never had it, but I know my teachers were telling me, yo, you got to get that. You know, it's like you're stupid if you don't have the McDonald's app and you're always going to McDonald's. And then McDonald's is profitizing on that.
Rewards and discounts. Going so far as to use these apps to monitor your habits, where you live, your lifestyle, to always constantly addict you into consuming the slop that they're shoving down.
God, that shit's disgusting, bro. Come on, you gonna let the sauce go onto your shirt and everything?
They're addicting you to. And by understanding this, you start to realize how dependent.
What the hell is that? They don't have no McGriddles in Canada, or I'm blind, maybe.
All of America is on chains as a whole, because the more dependent you are on these chains,
that shit still looks ash. Come on, bro. You're not mixing the. Why would you mix the fish with the beef, fam?
Products, the easier it is for them to raise their prices, as you have no other option, which is really concerning for anyone who lives in or has been to America. I mean, just recently I was in northern Florida and Georgia, and there's literally nothing in most of these small towns in Southern America, apart from highway strips, malls, and anonymous signs to chain stores glowing everywhere. You can't even walk across the street to shops or local community areas. You have to drive no matter what, even if it's just across the road, because the entire landscape is designed to be anti-human. In most of America, there are no local food shops, there is no walkability, there is no affordable healthy food, just mega chains.
That's what I've heard though, a lot about the US. I don't know about my community. I feel like my community is actually, you know, there is a little bit of decent amount of driving sometimes, but I see it with some other people. But I feel like there is walkability too, especially if you're in certain communities. But America, I've heard, it's like from like other influencers and stuff like that. You compare it to like the UK as well. The UK, you could basically walk everywhere to this shop, this shop, this shop, and you could look at it at the downtown of like London and stuff like that. It's much more different compared to like you go to like downtown Toronto or New York, man. It's different. Or actually, I want to say New York. But whatever towns he's talking about.
In most rural areas and low-income neighborhoods. I mean, most towns in America consist of usually just two types of chains, fast food stores and dollar stores. But the question is, why is this the case and how did it get there? It wasn't always like this. Well, in much of America, people are situated in food deserts, where there's hardly any local organic options as it's too expensive for most people to enjoy, due to the economic state of the country. So instead, companies like Dollar General and 99-cent stores have swooped in using all of their financial power to outprice any local regular food options and instead replace local businesses and grocery shops with these giant chains. It's why so much of America feels like clone towns, the same small town of chains, highways and strip malls, on repeat for hundreds of miles. And it's so acceptable.
I don't know. Oh, do these dollar stores sell food like that? Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know, the dollar stores we have here in Canada, I don't think they sell food. Does Dollarama sell food? I don't think so.
At first, the chains are seen as cheap, but as more and more people are realizing recently, this is just an illusion to make you dependent on the chains in the long run. Because instead of giving communities normal nice grocery stores, they create dollar stores, and most of these dollar stores aren't even actual dollar stores anymore. Especially for what you get in these
the only thing that $1 less is the chocolate bars.
Sorts of places, you're getting very little substance back, as it's usually never actually cheap.
Yeah, no, there's no way they have this at my Dollarama, no.
In the long run. But by doing this, these chain stores have created a billion-dollar industry.
So
dollar stores, for example, like 99-cent stores, have been able to exist well within the American economy by replacing grocery stores for low-income workers in bad neighborhoods or people in rural areas. as these were some of the only places that everybody in America could afford, no matter what. And it worked because these stores made the American economy accessible to everybody, even the lowest income consumers, by supposedly offering hope to bad neighborhoods and rural areas, equalizing opportunity, and in turn providing jobs for those people. And it worked so well for so long that there's actually more dollar stores in America than Walmart, Starbucks, and McDonald's is combined. But now even dollar stores are raising prices, but not really in the same way as other chain stores like McDonald's. It works like this: for $1, you're starting to get less and less to the point that you end up spending more for less, and just like with rising fast food prices, people are now going to these chains even less, which is why Family Dollar has closed 1,000 stores and 99-cent stores have closed 371 stores. And it seems like this is a continuing trend. Something weird's going on. Why are they closing and yet still making a profit? Is it really just prices going up? But even if you don't go to dollar stores often, this is still a sign of the times, because prices continue soaring for almost everything. And now, if they shop at the dollar store or not, most Americans think they need to save over $1.4 million for retirement. $1.4 million. That number is up over 50% from just 4 years ago. It means our money's gonna have to work overtime, right? Well, luckily, thousands of people are already benefiting from an exciting new asset with Masterworks, the art investing platform that sold over $54 million worth of art and distributed the
sponsor, get out of here. I'm sorry.
And by understanding this sentiment, you start to connect the dots to a pattern that is infecting all of America. Chain stores are making everyone dependent on them, then raising the prices to suck what little is left out of American communities, giving a terrible service and a terrible product for a premium price. And once these small communities are reliant on overpriced garbage that poison the community's health and wallet, it makes people across America sicker and poorer, which is destroying America from within quicker than you would initially realize. Take Branson, for example. It's a small town in Missouri, known for its beautiful nature, fishing, and hiking. It's completely surrounded by natural beauty.
That kind of looks cool, but how do you even know that exists?
Including lakes, woods, and wildlife. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, and local businesses from family-owned diners to independent bookstores formed the backbone of the community. However, during the 80s and 90s, Branson suddenly went a dramatic transformation, at the very same time as the dollar store rise. You see, the town became a tourist attraction after it was featured on a television show called 60 Minutes as the live music capital of the universe.
A wonderful nowhere. A cafe, a five and dime. 3,000 and something souls in a town in the Ozarks that's a mere blip on the two-lane strip of blacktop of Route 76. And it gets 4 million visitors a year.
And this coverage sparked an entertainment boom, with new theaters and venues springing up rapidly, and you would think this would be great for the small town. But as Branson's popularity grew, the chains across America were starting to take notice. And over time, these chains started to outnumber and overshadow all local businesses. The community fabric began to change as these larger companies brought in outside employees, and the profits started flowing back to corporate headquarters rather than staying within the local economy. Local shops and restaurants that had been the community staples for decades found it increasingly impossible to compete with the pricing power of national chains. Many were forced to close their doors, and the entire social and cultural landscape of the town changed. Suddenly it was becoming a clone town, an exact replica of every other small town across America. McDonald's, dollar stores, giant highways. Community events that once centered around local happenings and traditional gatherings gave way to events aimed at just drawing tourists. The entire town's identity was numbed down, from a close-knit community to another clone town. And it's the same pattern for most towns.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's happened to any of the towns that in my area, or I don't think I've seen it personally, but maybe in the next coming years.
The States. And it's something that David Foster Wallace predicted in the book Infinite Jest, where he wrote of a future where eventually in America, year names are replaced by chain names. Instead of say 2024, for example, it would be the year of the Whopper instead. I mean, is it any surprise that 1 in 8 Americans are now becoming alcoholics? Depression and anxiety is at the highest levels ever recorded? I mean, despite all of America's technological advancements, all the new gadgets, the latest iPhones, the latest Starbucks flavors, the latest new Big Mac specials and rewards, nihilism is hanging in the air more than ever. The economic pressure is mounting, and people are becoming more and more isolated from their communities and one another by soulless chain stores being the icon of their towns. And so when you see your favorite chain or your local McDonald's raise its prices exponentially every single year, keep to mind the words of Theodore Dalrymple, quote, "I deplore McDonald's disgusting products and despise the childish and garish decor of their canteens. They detract from the quality of our civilization. If someone were to tell me that children love these restaurants, I should reply, but that is precisely why it should be a criminal offense."
Hey man, that was a very interesting video. Definitely interesting to see where the economy is going with the fast food and And then he was just explaining about how local communities are getting replicated through these big companies coming in. I feel like that's actually going to happen. I agree with what he was saying. I think the next 20 years, 40 years, we're going to see that happen to a lot of communities. I just haven't seen it personally. Or they're just going to build more communities in the rural areas and just duplicate them like this, I guess. So that's pretty interesting, man. Let me know what you guys think if you have any thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.